For 2 days this week, 7 people gathered in Manchester, England to look at the Joomla user experience, to see what we can do to improve accessibility, usability, semantics and the entire Joomla user experience. Some of the work we've done has already been committed to the master tree. For example, you will notice on the administrator login screen, if you only have one language installed on your site, you no longer get the language login, as it's no longer relevant. There's no point having a drop down if it only has one option. If we go to the article manager, you can see one of the biggest changes that we've made. This is the article manager as it is today. You can see there is a language column being displayed, but there is no language options on this site. We only have one language. And you will also see that the text in these rows here is smaller than it is in the title, hit and ID. So some of the work we've done, if we go to the article manager here, is first of all we've made all the columns, all the text the same size, and we've removed the language column unless you have multiple content languages. Another change that we've made is each item, each article has this drop down box that appears with various actions. Unfortunately, this is completely inaccessible. It's not possible to tab to this drop down. So we've moved the box, the drop down selector, to be always visible and to group it under the status column with the featured and published icons. Now the drop down is there and it's possible to tab to it. So from a keyboard, accessibility has been improved. The next big change is to completely redesign this screen, which is currently very busy and has lots of information on it that we don't use all the time. For example, the filters here and this sub-menu, which is just a duplicate of the menu at the top. In addition, we have all these buttons, which are not actually active or working until you've selected some content. So if we go to our new proposed version, you can immediately see that we've removed the left-hand column completely. In addition, we're only showing the buttons that are actually active at the time when there's no item selected, such as New, Options and Help. However, as soon as we select an item, you can see that all the buttons are now active. Edit, Publish, Unpublish, etc. But of course, if there are 2 items selected, we can't edit them, so the edit icon now disappears and comes back again when we only have 1 item selected. Removing the filters from the left hand side, we have replaced them with a big box called Search Tools. After all, what is a filter if it is not a search tool? If you select the button, you will see all the filters and ordering options that were present before are now displayed. And if you press clear, it will be reset. One additional advantage is that the new button is now directly aligned with the content, whereas previously it appeared to almost be in a separate column and was completely detached to the article items. Currently, this work has only been done for the article manager, but we intend to do this for all the managers. Another change that we've made is in the front end. If we go to the front end of the website and log in as an administrator and hover over any module, you'll see a new box appear. This tells you the module position name, but in addition to that, if you want to edit the module, you can simply click on the icon and you'll be taken directly to the module edit screen where you can make your edits, return to the site, refresh it, and the edits have been made directly from the front end. A further piece of work we're looking at doing is to make it that when it's a menu, there will be an additional icon pop up for each menu item, which will perform in the same way,
When you click on it, it will open the menu item directly in the administrator so that you can edit it.
We all know how essential it is to keep Joomla up to date. And down here on the quick icons right at the bottom, there's a notification if your version is out of date, which is a clickable link through to the Joomla updater. However, as you've noticed, it's right down at the bottom and not very obvious. We've changed that so that now, if your version of Joomla is not up to date, it's still there down the bottom, but you now have a big message on the screen telling you that a new version is available with a big active button to update now.
We intend to carry on with our work, and hopefully in the next few days and weeks we'll have more changes and more improvements to share with you to improve the accessibility, usability of Joomla.